The crypto market is currently not the place to be, as it's been a pure bloodbath as of late. In fact, the entire year hasn't really been promising after a decent end to the 2021 cycle. We don't doubt crypto's potential, but there are some absolutely whack cryptocurrencies which are nothing but fraudulent schemes. We take a look at some of the worst cryptocurrencies to invest in. Starting us off is Get Gems, or Gems. Honestly, what even is that name? Get Gems? What were people expecting from a cryptocurrency project that couldn't even come up with a good name? It launched all the way back in 2014, and the promise from its team was to invigorate the realm of social media. We've got to give credit to their team for managing to raise over $100,000 from its supporters during the growth phase. That's genuinely smart, can't lie. The crypto, as expected, ended up tanking. Get Gems team explained that they had overestimated their prospects and simply failed to gather any kind of momentum. Usually, even the worst projects do gain some sort of momentum, but they just failed. And it was ugly. The project still remains in operation, even though they've dropped almost every single initial objective that they had set. Next, we have SpaceBit, another one of the 2014 projects. SpaceBit was probably one of those cryptocurrencies that received the most publicity in that year. Unlike Get Gems, they really did try to make their idea work, and on paper, it actually looks like a decent plan too. The plan, albeit ambitious, was one to launch electronic currencies that'll be available to everyone in every corner of the world. They even had nanosatellites as the supporting infrastructure for their project, and no wonder people jumped on the bandwagon instantly. This one also failed big time, and we feel a little bad for the team at SpaceBit because they had all the resources to make it big, but it just didn't work out for them. The news about their cryptocurrency completely stopped at one time, and then nothing was heard about it. And now, Paycoin. If you talk about cryptocurrency that had an illustrious journey but still didn't make anything of its highs, Paycoin comes to mind. The brains behind this project were two very respectable miners, Josh Garza and GAW, and that's one of the main fundamentals that people look for before investing in cryptocurrency. They know more about the market than most people in the business, but it seemed like the Paycoin project was very much rushed. This decision of bringing it out fast meant that the security of the project was compromised. Despite all these issues, it had one of the largest market caps at its height, but without a proper method for securing it, they lost it all. The promises by the founders weren't delivered, and Paycoin kept tumbling and simply failed to materialize. Up next, Squid. Yep, it was a cryptocurrency named after the Netflix program Squid Game, and the promise was for a token that could be used in an online play-to-earn game. The story of Squid is the best example of the biggest scam in the market, the rug pull. Again, it's exactly what it sounds like. Developers create a new token, pairing it to one of the established cryptos like Binance Coin or Ether, and make it available to everyone with little to no regulation. The publicity is already there, considering everyone's buying the hype from the TV show. It's easy to hype it up on various channels like Telegram and Discord, and people keep on buying it because they hope the price will skyrocket. As soon as their target cryptocurrencies are traded for this shitcoin, the price of the token plummets immediately. Squid went up to $3,000 from almost nothing in less than a week and is currently trading at less than 10 cents. Now for WorldCoin. WorldCoin was created by former Y Combinator president Sam Altman, and his mission was a noble one: create a unified and equitable global economy. Yeah, it's not that easy. His plan was to raise funds through the form of universal basic income, and it ended up raising more than $25 million from venerated investors, including the likes of Andreessen Horowitz. It's still in production, and the goal is still very much achievable for the creators, but it has a catch. You have to scan your retinas with a large silver orb because the goal of the company is to give a share to every person in the world. Yeah, that means bringing that silver orb individually to almost 8 billion people and collecting their imprint. Not to mention that people haven't taken the vaccine yet, but they'll get their retinas scanned. If it does sound interesting to you, go for it. We'd rather not. Next up is Omicron. The backstory is much different because they named their token Omicron before the South African variant emerged and was named Omicron. So it was a case of luck, you could say. Omicron, the cryptocurrency, was lurking in the shadows and came across some fortunate luck due to an unfortunate event. Talk about getting lucky. The coin holds no such significance or relation to the variant, but it has managed to benefit for sure from the variant. Despite being traded on only one exchange, SushiSwap, Omicron before the announcement of WHO was trading at $65. And as the news caught fire, so did the token and spiked up to $711, more than 900% in late November. By early December, though, it had already come down to $100 as expected, and lots of people were scammed from it and ended up regretting regretting their decision of being in a crypto bubble. Now, onto Ethereum's DAO, another one of those currencies that had a lot of promise but ended up being the worst investment for many people was Ethereum's DAO. Spelled out as Decentralized Autonomous Organization, its failure's one of the most historic failures in the crypto world. It came into existence around 2016 and immediately caught on, considering it had all the fundamentals to be the next big thing. The people behind the project read the pulse of the market and knew exactly what the people wanted. There were big promises of what to expect from DAO, and its launch was the culmination of all dreams, and it received insane amounts of backing financially. More than $160 million was invested into DAO, but it didn't take a lot of time for the cryptocurrency to plummet. It became a target of a successful invasion in which DAO lost more than $50 million. And that was the beginning of the end for the project. Next we have Dogecoin. Dogecoin started out as a meme coin, and if you're one of those people who invested $5 to $10 and used to tip thousands of Dogecoins to your friends for fun, you'd know what we're talking about and why it was so hyped. Again though, its failure is mostly because of Elon Musk pumping and dumping it. But it shouldn't be considered the worst coin on the and that's why it's not on the top, even though more people have lost money with this than any other coin. It started as a meme, and it was only used for fun. The pumping and dumping came later, and the people who were let down by Dogecoin were also the ones who invested much later in the project. Either way, it's important to have it on the list so that people can realize that it's not a decent investment and can lose its value fairly quickly. And now, Envian. Envian set out to be a cloud mining project that aimed at deploying shipping containers filled with miners next to green energy farms. Profits from all these were to be split with the participants of the crowd sale. The premise was highly promising, we can't lie, but as always, a good idea isn't enough for a project to be good. The execution matters the most. It ran out of business in 2017 when the crackdown on ICO began, and the founders of the project didn't register it by legal means. This meant that the founders had to return the funds to the participants of the crowd sale, and while that was a decent act by the founders, the project still failed massively. It's a dead project and was probably never going anywhere in the first place either. Finally, we have Floki Inu. People blamed Elon Musk for Dogecoin and the other dog-related coins that emerged after the success of Dogecoin. He called himself the Doge Father and managed to sway the success of Dogecoin as it almost touched $1 before his appearance on Saturday Night Live. This blueprint of meme coins has been set by Dogecoin, and of course, a lot of pretenders have emerged. Imagine being a pretender of a pretender. That's the case with Shiba Inu, and then being a pretender of that pretender, and you get Floki Inu. Even the name is a joke, but people still continue to invest and hope against hope that it will shoot up like Dogecoin one day. Elon Musk was behind the success of Floki too, because he announced on Twitter that he'd named his dog Floki, and Floki Inu went up by 400%. Floki Inu has a lot of backing on Twitter, and there's an entire community behind it, but it remains a meme coin and has the potential of crashing at any given time. That's a wrap for this video. Did we miss out on any other cryptocurrencies that were the worst to invest in? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.